$180,000 my second month.
In your pocket?
120 in my pocket.
So 120 grand your second month in the business. Yeah. What was everybody saying about that?
Everyone thought it was like in my IMO, like, so at Symmetry is the company I work for, or it's really the brokerage company, and then insurance, you kind of work for the companies that pay you. But they were just like, oh, Dylan, there's no one that's ever done this before. You know, he's doing bad business, whatever it is. And so they vetted me on it. They called me, they looked over every single piece of business I did. Oh, it was correct.
Yeah, because that's not normal. They're thinking, what the hell is this guy scamming?
Yeah. Second month in. So
what did you do? You had to have done something or tap into something. You didn't just buy leads and close the shit out of them.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I worked on my skills a ton. So my very first week, I practiced as much as I possibly could. You know, I role played 20 to 25 to 30 hours on top of dialing my first week. I made $1,500 hand dialed my first week. And geez, I practiced up to 2, 3 a.m. sometimes just perfecting my skill. The difference when a lot of people start something new is they get taught, but it takes them a while to retain, and then it takes them a while to perfect. So what I did, instead of collect information and then practice that on my own, I practiced it with the person that was teaching me, and I perfected my skill as I was going through the process. So I almost treated it like a sport. The time to make money is from 8 to 8, depending on the time zone. Let's just call it Central Time Zone. I knew after 8, then I couldn't make any more money when I first started. So then I had to realize, okay, in order to perfect my skills, I had to practice from 8 to then however long in order to perfect. So the next day when I got ready for the game, which was 8 to 8, I made sure my skills were perfected the night before to be able to go into the game to obviously sell a lot more and be better than I was the day before. So that's the difference. I think that time frame there takes an average person 1 to 4 months to figure out. And then after you get past month 1 to 4, then now you start to see it, but then you might have quit at that point. You might not have the funds to invest properly because it took you too long to perfect your strategy. So I got perfect at my objections, at the rebuttals, at the way I said my tonality. And then when it started to get better, because I was working age leads, so I started to sell with the really hard leads. And at that time I was like, well, if I just buy better leads after I've perfected my craft, then now I just spend $4,000 a week. So the difference, because most people don't do it, they don't perfect their skills. So I perfected it. And then I just invested more, and that allowed me to obviously make more money.